Of the Crusaders. In tonight's contest, the Crusaders will take on the Evergreen Park Mustangs. Before we start our day, we would like to ask that you stand, and we will have a quick announcement before our prayer, which will be led by Matt Phelan.
Good evening, volleyball fans. Before tonight's prayer, we'd like to take a moment to raise awareness about an important cause. The Other Rights Crusaders for Inclusion is collecting donations for the PALC program, an organization dedicated to creating inclusive camp experiences for individuals with and without Down syndrome. PALC's volunteer-led programs change attitudes, transform lives, and inspire a world of belonging. Last year, 10 Crusaders volunteered as peers, and this year we're happy 14 new Crusaders volunteering for the week-long camp. We invite you to support this incredible mission. Donations can be made in the foyer this evening or through palsprograms.org/donors. Every contribution helps create life-changing opportunities for participants. Thank you for your generosity, and now let us join together in prayer. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Lord, give us new strength so that we can build a belonging, to create a community for all to share their gifts, to know that each of us is loved, to help us to see the light of Christ in all that we serve. Let us remember that each of us is loved, each of us is willed, and each of us is necessary. May we balance mercy and justice so that we can achieve equity and access for all of your children. We do this in your name. Amen. Our Lady of Perpetual Help, pray for us. Blessed Heaven and Ignatius Rice, lift Jesus in our hearts.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please remain standing, and gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Starting with the Evergreen Park Mustangs, center, number 8, Michael Bruno. Outside hitter, number 11, Finn Doherty. Outside hitter, number 7, Patrick Maroney. On the right side, number 4, Rasan Davis. Middle hitter, number 9, Charlie Burrell. Middle hitter, number 10, Garrett Kazmarowitz. And the libero, number 6, Quinn Carlson. The head coach of the Mustangs is Brian Goffey. His assistants, Tom Eisenbrun, Manny Boyacek, Kelsey Ryan, and Alyssa Migler. And now for your Brother Rice Crusaders. Center, number 26, Matt Phelan. Outside, number 2, Zach Mike. Middle hitter, number 8, Vaughn Goberville. On the right side, number 11. number 17, Paul Baker. Middle hitter number 3, Ben Dansky. And the libero number 7, Ryan Collins. The Crusaders are coached by Brandon McGinnis, assisted by Hunter Nikiak, Connie Lavelle, and Cody Dickus.
Good evening, Crusader fans, and welcome to another edition of Brother Ice TV. Tonight, the Crusaders are playing the Evergreen Park Mustangs in a battle between the volleyball schools. Next to me, Brian Ganan and Garrett Lucas. Crusaders lost a tough one on Tuesday to Lions Township in 2 straight sets. Guys, how did Crusaders bounce back here tonight on home court?
I think it's all about intensity. If their intensity is high, they can get away with a big win here. Set them up for season going ahead.
I think they're really going to need to feed the ball to the outsides and the middles to get away with this one tonight.
And tonight, the Crusaders are celebrating a little bit more than just volleyball, as the Palace program is getting out of here tonight for the game. And Ryan, you want to share a little bit of that?
Yeah, this game is brought to you by PALS. PALS creates inclusive camp experiences for people with and without Down syndrome. The model is based on one-to-one pairings between similar age individuals with and without Down syndrome. Teams spend a full week together living in dorms, participating in on-campus activities, taking on new adventures with off-campus trips, and learning more about themselves and others as they build lifelong friendships. Last year, we at Brother Rice sent over 10 students to participate as peers, and we're sending 14 students this year. At tonight's volleyball game, we are raising funds for PALS to help in their mission of creating an inclusive camp by providing financial assistance and covering costs of the other program needs. Please scan the QR code on the screen now to donate. We thank you for your service.
So the Mustangs will serve it over here as Matt Phelan in for the game. Zach Mikrit goes into the kill, gets blocked. The ball goes out of bounds there off the hands of Finn Doherty. Crusaders will get the first points of the game. As out there for Crusaders is Matt Phelan, Paul Baker, Ryan Collins, Zach and John Mikrit, and Vaughn Doverville. As Phelan serves it over, here's Doherty. And up there. As Gooberville gets the kill. Now set there by Phelan. Well, we'll stay here with the Crusaders as Phelan will again serve it. Doherty tips it over. Puts the line there, Mikrit all back over Phelan back over to John Mikrit. Another point there. Crusaders up 3-0.
I want to raise number 2, Zach Mikrit, coming off a big ACL tear injury last year. Bounced back, was able to play the second half of basketball season, and he's ready for a lot of work to be done this year. Great comeback story for him.
Collins sets it over to Phelan over to Baker. And Baker's shot goes out of bounds, point to the Mustangs. As Quinn Carlson will set over for the Mustangs. Crusaders ready to receive the ball. And his serve goes out of bounds. Point for the Crusaders as Colin checks in for Zach Mikrit.
Colin Nyes is one they would call a serve specialist when it comes to this game. He has had some quite good serves in the past couple games.
Now serve it over. Doherty. His serve over goes out of bounds. Point to Crusaders. Got 5-1. Doherty sets it over to Bruno. Bruno over to Davis. Davis got the line there by Phelan. As Collins hits it over to Mikrit. Mikrit blocked, but the ball went out of bounds off the block. Once again to Crusaders. Number 5, Matt McCullen checks in for Sean Davis.
Brother Rice recently ranked 5 in the state of Illinois for volleyball, but you got to look past that and game by game. You can't take the rankings because they'll come and bite you in the. They'll hurt you if you think too much about the rankings. So just stay composed and game by game.
Nice serve goes out of bounds there. Point to the Mustangs as Quillen will send it over. Collins sets it to Phelan over to Mike with a little touch pass. The point there again for the Crusaders. Collins will serve it over. Farrell, Bruno, Maroney, Carlson, and Doherty out there, along with McQuillan for the Mustangs. No one called for the ball there for the Mustangs, so the ball just fell in the middle of the court and point for the Crusaders again. Collins serves it over, Doherty tips it over. Bruno back over to Doherty, and Baker down low. Another kill there for the Crusaders is now the Mustangs called timeout. Down 9-2 to start this first match. First set.
Notable statistics from Billy Rice's win against Sandburg. John Mikert, 5 kills and 10 digs. Ryan Collins with 10 digs and 2 assists. And then Oliver McNichols with 17 assists and 2 digs. So
Doherty serves it over. Baker bumps it. Phelan sets it over to Adamski, and he gets the kill.
To add on to those stats that we said earlier, Vaughn Goberville with a hitting percentage of 55.6.
Substitutions for the Crusaders, number 13, Oliver McNichols, number 25, Quinn Nolan.
Crusaders with the ball here.
Oliver McNichols in the game. DS. Just the start Brother Rice was looking for. Jumped out to a 10-3 lead. Hopefully gain this game down in 2 matches, but
Another Quinn Nolan on the receiving end. Crusaders looking really good here to start. Up 8 is Oliver McNichols going to serve over again for the Crusaders. Doherty pumps it right back over Collins there. The field goes back over Nolan. Denied at the net there by Maroney.
good pass.
Takes it over. Three Crusaders, they go up 9. McNichols will serve again.
Nice hit by Paul Baker, but we gotta talk about that pass from McNichols. No looker, dimes it over to Baker and get the point. So Baker got the kill, but I think most of that was all Oliver with the great assist.
Charlie Farrell with a nice kill there for the Mustangs. See when I'll serve it over. Mustangs trying to get back into this game now. It's Farrell. Serve goes out of bounds. Point to the Crusaders.
Mustang substitution, number 6, Quinn Carlson. Crusader substitution,
That's
number
Kyle
6,
check in. Miker comes out.
McNichols got
And Baker
he might not
will
be the
serve
starter, but he
it
got a full game versus Sandberg because Phelan hurt his nose. Is that something else?
Baker's serve hits the net. Point to the Mustangs. Nice, sets it. There goes again to Nolan. Nice spike there and stabilized by the Mustangs. They bump it over and bumpers out of bounds. Point to the Crusaders.
Very close to a great play by the Mustangs, just out of bounds, but they did about everything right in that scenario except keeping it in bounds.
Amsky, Crusader for Crusaders, ball hit the net again. Some missed serves here by the Crusaders, not going over net. Kept the Mustangs kind of alive in this first set. As they all serve it, here's Maroney. And his serve was out of bounds, so exchange of serves. Changing points here.
And the little things matter. Like later in the year when they have Marist and they have all these big games, you can't be missing serves. So, though it's still early in the season, so they're gonna have some early pains. But every little detail matters in every game.
Phelan subs in for the Crusaders, and Jordan's blocked at the net. Ball went out of bounds off the Crusaders, so point Mustangs. Phelan over to Micah, and Micah with a hard kill right in the middle of the court. Points to Crusaders. Hits it over, but good set there and saved there by Niles. Baker hits it over. Bruno with it. Crossing back over to Bruno. Off for Phelan's hands and out of bounds. Point to the Mustangs. Bruno's first kill of the game.
Coach Brandon McGinnis came in to Brother Rice last year. Has a 26-15 record as the Brother Rice varsity coach. They're looking to do great things this year, too.
Bruno tries it over to Farrell, gets it over. Crusaders playing very good out. Baker's blocked there by Bruno. Point Jones to the Mustangs. They're a little bit more confidence as this set continues on to play a little bit better volleyball as well. Nice, it's over to Phelan, over to Baker. His kill goes out of bounds. Another point for the Mustangs. Just a little update from Coach Lyons, who just walked past me. Crusaders and JV freshman baseball beat Marist. Just beat Marist today. Nice win for the squad. It's on the baseball field. Ball's out of bounds. Point Crusaders. Collins hits it over. Bruno sets it over Doherty. Out the field, puts the better Damsky. Mustangs, they're only down 6 here. Doherty serves it over Baker. Right to Phelan. Phelan just kind of took it over the net, and we're going to call points on the Mustangs. I believe Phelan may have touched the net, which I think is illegal. And do that. So point for Mustangs. Again, Doherty was serving over here. Crusaders was out of bounds. Crusaders will gain a point as Nolan is taking second for Phelan and John Lightgrit. And Klinger checks in. Tater Klinger checks in as well for Dansky.
Evergreen Park head coach Brian Zofsky, Brother Rice alum, so it's got to be pretty cool coaching against your alma mater here at Brother Rice. So welcome back, Coach.
got an interesting point, but smart move there by Michael Bruno for the point for the Mustangs. Narrowly down now 5 as Farrell will serve it over for the Mustangs. Nye bumped it off his hands. Another point given to Evergreen Park. Collins sets it over to Nichols, over to Baker. He just off the fingertips there. Rich. Crusaders get the kill and the point. Baker serves it over. As Carlson sets it, Bruno over to Maroney. Good save, kept the leader by 9. And Nolan hits it over. Shot digged out there by Doherty, but too much on it. Was out of bounds, put back for Crusaders.
That one almost hit us, Ryan.
Timeout Crusaders, or timeout on the court.
I'd breathe.
Alright, ready? Let's go. Alright, we're back, Crusader fans, as Paul Baker here is going to serve it up. Doherty bumps it, Bruno sets it, and shot is blocked there by the Crusaders. Klinger and Nye get in on it. But Nichols over to Nye. Good save there. And Carlson as Maroney's going to hit it over. And off the fingers. Mustangs. Crusaders are well-led senior team this year. You've got the Marker twins, Baker, Klinger, a lot of guys coming back from last year's varsity team as Klinger serves it over. Bruno sets it over to Doherty, and his shot is denied. Points for Crusaders again. Nice save there by Carlson as Nichols sends it over to Nolan. Save kept alive there by the Crusaders. Nolan's shot is going to get over the net. Point for Mustangs.
And in the game for the Crusaders, number 7, Ryan Collins.
As Maroney will send it over. Baker sets it. McNichols over to Nye. It's the kill from Crusaders. 2 points lead from winning the first set.
Substitutions, number 26,
Phelan, John Michael, and Steve Devine will check in. Nolan, McNichols, and Bruno will come out. Steve Devine, another great classmate of mine, great senior as always. Phelan sets it over. Carlson. Bruno to Davis.
Point Crusaders, blocked the net by 15, Steve Devine.
Point there to the Crusaders. Phelan, hopefully get one more serve to end out this first set and get the first set for the Crusaders. Carlson, Bruno, Doherty. Kept alive there by Collins. Down low. Phelan and Devine again kept alive there by the Mustangs. As Michael just hits a soft pass over.
Point Crusaders,
And the Crusaders
John
on the
Michael.
set. 25 to 16.
Run Rice by a final of 25-16.
Great start there for Crusaders. they will continue on to the next set.
Another reminder here. This game is brought to you by PALS. PALS creates inclusive camp experiences for people with and without Down syndrome. The model is based on one-to-one pairings between similar age individuals with and without Down syndrome. Teams spend about a full week together, living together in dorms, participating in on-campus activities, taking on new adventures with off-campus trips, and learning more about themselves and others as they build lifelong friendships. Last year, we at Brother Rice sent over 10 students to participate as peers and are sending even more students to get involved this year. At tonight's volleyball game, we are raising funds for PALS to help in their mission of creating an inclusive camp by providing financial assistance and covering costs of other program needs. Please scan the QR code now to donate. We thank you for your service. We're back here at Brother Rice. Second set game underway. How about them White Sox though? 8-1 win over the Angels. I know our cameraman Brian Sheehan is very happy about that win.
Relax, Brian. It's the first game of the season, man. All right, you got 161 more games to play.
And we're on pace to win them all.
No, we're on pace to win about 60 if you want to be realistic.
Realistically, under 60. Under 60.
Yeah, Brian Sheehan's a Cubs fan, so he doesn't like the White Sox, but I don't think he cares that much, so let's not bring him into this. He's got to focus on his team trying to win the division, if they ever do, but, you know.
They can't.
He's got to focus on his team getting a win.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I just want to see the White Sox, see what their young, talented players have, their prospects.
Their farm system runs deep. They have a lot of prospects coming up.
All right, back to the game, guys. As Phelan served it over Doherty.
Hey.
The shot is blocked there by John Micret and Carter Evergreen Park. So I believe we call him point.
Yeah. Out of bounds.
It was out of bounds. Yeah, he really blocked. Davis.
Something interesting about this Evergreen Park team, they're predominantly all underclassmen. So in a couple years here, this Evergreen Park team could be a force here in the Chicagoland area with volleyball.
Bruno Davis hits it over and was tipped and then out of bounds, but last touchdown by Crusaders at the net. Point to the Mustangs. Doherty, his serve goes out of bounds there. Points to the Crusaders as they're now tied at 2.
Who do you got for March Madness, Ryan?
I made 5 different brackets, so I have 5 different winners, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I like Alabama tonight. I like a couple other teams tonight. We'll see what happens. Duke probably would be the team for me to win it all, but I wouldn't be surprised if a team like Auburn or Michigan State got involved, even Michigan at this point.
I think Arizona can. I have Duke winning, but watching Arizona, I think they can. If they play good enough, they can get Duke.
And I love Tommy White. I think he's a really good coach. I think Caleb Lowe's a great player. I think they got some other good players, but I don't think their athleticism and their basketball style is going to be able to match up with Duke. I think Duke is a little bit more offensive and can really just shoot the ball really well. If they don't decide to nickel and keep the flag, they have a lot of other guys that can shoot it and make plays for them on both sides of the ball. So we'll see what happens. As Nichols and Isaac Soto check in for Phelan and Mike Rick, 4 3-year scorers, Crusaders will serve it over with Nichols. But back to your point, I mean, listen, March has been really, the March Madness tournament so far has been not a lot of upsets. Mostly ran by the high seeds in dominant fashion as well.
It's been a little meh other than McNeese State, shout out Amir Khan, and Colorado State. Those are the only like 2 decent upsets, but other than that, yeah, it's been, I wouldn't say weak, but just meh.
I mean, I think the transfer portal is definitely playing a role in some of the players on these teams. You know, these mid-major schools are losing all their best players to these bigger schools, but you know, there's still some teams out there that like have never yet, they are good and they're a big school. They've never won a national championship. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see what happens this weekend and tonight. But I just hope Alabama wins the first game and then Duke wins later tonight. I believe, what does Texas Tech play? Do you know, Bri?
Arkansas.
Yeah, that'll be a really good game too. I think John Calipari is in one of his tournament runs again, like he had with Kentucky a couple times as well. So we'll see what's in store. And I would like to see Arkansas make it far enough since they didn't make it past the round of 32 and round of 64.
I saw something on Instagram and Twitter that this is the first year in the 64 team era where a mid-major school did not make the Sweet 16, and that just shows how dominant the chalk teams have been, the higher seeds. So
I mean, the thing about the transfer portal is all these bigger schools are paying these mid-major guys to come and play for them and be their best players. Like Janai Broom, a great example. They're one of the best players in college basketball. He was from Morehead State, and then he transferred like last season to Auburn, and now he's made a name for himself and could be a high draft pick in this offseason.
And I think
Crusaders. Continue, Brad.
I think the transfer portal for coaches too, like McNeese State, he knew he was gonna. Will Wade knew he was going to NC State before March Madness even started. So who knows if the team chemistry stayed and maybe his players like would have at least been normal or like would have been more normal. So maybe that's why they struggled against Purdue.
Evergreen Park calls a timeout here. Crusaders are playing pretty well to start the second set. I'm 95, but I mean, we'll see what happens in March. You know, I like Cooper Flagg a lot. I think he's the best player in college basketball. I hope he wins the Naismith Award, but there's a lot of other good players out there too. I've always been a pretty good Michigan State fan for basketball. They've always the team that struck me that makes good runs in the tournament always with Tom Izzo. So hopes the Spartans keep it going. And we'll see what happens, though.
Yeah.
Gary, what about you?
I'm actually a Kentucky Wildcats fan myself.
Like fan or just rooting for them?
I'm a fan. I cheer for them in college football. I cheer for them in college basketball. You know, I think they always have a chance. That's what I like about them. They had Lynn Bowden Jr. for football a couple seasons ago, and ever since then, I've always been sticking with them.
Making my bracket, I was it was hard to make. I had about 20 different scenarios, and I couldn't find a scenario where all 4 teams were SEC teams. To me, I thought that the Final Four would be all SEC.
I mean,
I got myself to put Houston down in there just because I couldn't do all SEC, but
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think this is one of the strongest years that I've seen Houston become a really pivotal point in their history of being a good basketball program. As Isaac Soler gets the kill off the bench of the Crusaders, and Luke Nowakowski, another senior for the Crusaders, going to serve it again. 11-5 your score.
March Madness update: Alabama leads BYU 32-28 with 8:06 left in the first quarter.
There's my guy Grant Nelson playing.
Grant Nelson, 6 points. It's not terrible.
Gets a nice little kill there, a little soft, touchy kill there for the Crusaders. I mean, I truly think though Houston might make it to the Final Four this year. We'll see.
I think they can easily. I think
it's gonna be a tough team to beat, but
yeah, especially Kentucky is probably gonna lose to Tennessee. I can see it coming.
I think third time's a charm for Tennessee. They lost twice the regular season to Kentucky. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season, so if they can pull that out, maybe they'll figure out a way to get past the Wildcats once and for all this season. Doherty gets the kill there. Point there for the Mustangs.
Finn Doherty, also a very good golfer.
Yeah, have you seen him play before, BG? Caddy for him?
I've seen him in a match against Brother Rice and a couple other neighborhood schools.
I mean, BG, I know you're a big caddy guy over at Range Country Club.
Beverly.
Oh, Beverly. Sorry, excuse me. Is that which one is better to you, Ridge or Beverly?
I mean, it's got to be Beverly. It's just so pristine, and I love Beverly so much. I mean, it's the best. You build lifelong friendships with other caddies, and you also you get a lot of work opportunities after college. It's best long term for you. So if you have any younger kids or siblings, 7th, 8th grade, totally recommend getting out to Beverly Country Club or Ridge Country Club next year. They won't regret it. It's awesome.
14-8 your score here as number 2, Michael Visser will serve it up for the Mustangs. As his serve goes out of bounds. Points and Crusaders. As a couple other guys have checked in: Hayes, Soda, McNichols, Nowakowski, Wolfo, and Grumeveld. As John Michael will check in for McNichols, and so will Phelan.
Hot take: Maryland is gonna beat Florida.
No
way.
I said it. The game hasn't started yet, so I said it.
Nice block there by Grumeveld in the middle. Point again to the Crusaders. Well, here's the thing. Florida's a really good team. I love Todd Golden, what he's done with that program. I mean, Florida's always been a pretty good basketball team. Maryland has a star freshman in Derek King, a high draft pick, hopefully for the NBA next year, and we'll see what happens. But who knows, man? I mean, it could be a really good game tonight if Maryland plays well. Florida had a really good game against UConn as Gavin Urchel checks in for the Crusaders. Florida had a really good game against UConn on Sunday, and it, who knows, there's a miscommunicated call there by the Mustangs. The ball just kind of falls out of sorts, and timeout Evergreen Park as the Crusaders up 10 now. back again here as Crusaders are up 10. And Phelan turns the ball over. Mustangs coming back out of the courtyard as well.
Crusaders trying to keep their legs fresh after this one. Just get to 25 and get out of here. No need for the third set. Keep them fresh and ready for the remainder of the season.
Doherty hits it over. That's Tyler Norkowski to save the ball as well. He gets it out. Point there for the Mustangs as Clinton will serve it over. Evergreen Park, again, like you mentioned earlier, Gary, gets a young team. They're not that bad for how young they are. They're playing competitive here tonight against the Crusaders. Mike Ritt,
That's what I've been mentioning earlier. I know a couple of these kids from club ball, and I know that they can play well. And I know with a little bit of development, this Evergreen Park team will be a force next couple seasons.
Divine checks in for Devon Gooberville as Gavin Urschel will serve it here for the Crusaders. Urschel, former United Bomberoni, but could not be ball in the net. For the Crusaders, VG, I believe you went to grade school with Urschel at Fisher, fellow Fisher alum.
Yep.
Doherty tips it over there, saved there by Mike Ritt. Phelan back over to Mike Ritt. And Mike Ritt's a hard strike. Crusaders. Crusaders are 4 points away now from closing out set number 2.
Closing out the game.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about this before the game. It might be a quick get up and get out of here type of game tonight here for Crusaders as CCL play will start sooner than later.
Knocks the cherry down. That's got to be some bonus points over there.
Farrell's hit goes out of bounds there. Point for Crusaders because Urschel will serve it here again.
As you said, Manfred, that CCL play will start soon for the Brother Rice volleyball team as they take on Providence on April 1st at Providence.
I believe Bruno touched net there as, again, you were not allowed to do that or else be a point, and the point went to Crusaders. Urschel serves it. Bruno over to Doherty. Doherty tries to tip it over and Milkowski hits it back over. Let's stay there. Carlson, Bruno to Doherty again. Doherty almost got the kill as Micro just gets it over. The Crusaders communicated well there. Bruno back over to Doherty. Doherty's shot goes back and not put over the net. Point there to the Crusaders. As they're 1 point away from winning this set and winning the game. Urschel will serve it. So Carlson, Bruno, and there. Set point back. Point to Crusaders, and Crusaders win the first 2 sets. That is your final score tonight. I'm Ryan Manfred, alongside me, Brian Gannan, Gary Lucas, our producer, Colin Steiner, our cameraman, Brian Sheehan. We hope to see you guys soon. Thank you very much. See you guys.